The moment I stepped onto my front porch that crisp October morning, a chill ran down my spine that had nothing to do with the autumn air. My mailbox was wide open, its metal mouth gaping like it had been caught mid-scream. I froze. I got a shipping notification for a new laptop just yesterday, and now the box was empty. Not a single envelope, not even a junk flyer. My gut twisted as I scanned the quiet street of Willow Creek, our picture-perfect neighborhood with its manicured lawns and charming bungalows. That's when I caught Mr. Thompson, my neighbor across the way, while VYing nervously from his porch, pointing toward the community garden. I followed his gesture, and my jaw dropped. There, bold as brass, stood Vanessa Harper, the iron-fisted president of our homeowners association. She was flipping through a stack of my letters like she was skimming a gossip mag at the dentist's office. When she saw me storming over, she didn't even flinch. "Just making sure you're not up to anything shady, Ethan," she said, her lips curling into a smug smile as she held up an envelope with my name on it. "As HOA president, it's my job to keep this community in line." I was dumbfounded. "That's my mail, Vanessa. You've got no right to touch it," she scoffed, tucking one of my envelopes in her sleek leather purse. "Oh, I have every right. The bylaws let me investigate anything suspicious. And you, being new around here, are definitely suspicious." She handed me a crumpled handful of letters minus a few I knew were missing and sauntered off, Leah VYing me seething. I'd only been in Willow Creek for 3 months, drawn by its tree-lined streets and cozy VYB. But the HOA, led by Vanessa, was a nightmare from day one. The morning after I moved in, she left a welcome note on my door, listing 17 infractions she'd spotted. My grass was a 1/4 inch too tall, my mailbox was storm gray instead of the approved charcoal, and my porch light was too bright. I tried to play nice at first, mowing the lawn and repainting the mailbox, but Vanessa took my pushback on her crazier demands as a personal insult. She started cruising by my house daily, snapping photos from her SUV and firing off emails about neighbor concerns that always traced back to her. At the block party, she'd leaned in close, her voice syrupy sweet but laced with venom. "I'm watching you, Ethan. We've had troublemakers before, and they don't last long." I laughed it off then, but seeing her rifle through my mail was a whole new level of unhinged. 2 weeks later, things got weirder. Bills I was expecting never showed up. A replacement credit card was marked as delivered but wasn't in my mailbox. Small packages vanished despite tracking updates. I wondered if it was porch pirates or a postal mix-up, but then I caught Vanessa lingering near my mailbox one morning, checking her watch like she was on a mission. When a mail carrier pulled up, she marched over with a clipboard, grilling him and pointing at my house. The poor guy looked uneasy but moved on. The second he was gone, Vanessa opened my mailbox, pulled out a stack of envelopes, and started inspecting them like a detective in a bad TV movie. I stormed out. "What the hell are you doing?" I demanded, trying to keep my cool. She didn't even blink. "As I've told you, Ethan, I monitor all mail for suspicious activity. People have concerns about illegal businesses in this neighborhood." My blood boiled. "You can't touch my mail. Stop, or I'm reporting you." She let out a sharp, humorless laugh. "Report me to who? I'm the authority here. Read the bylaws." Then she strutted off, her heels clicking like a ticking bomb. That night, I pored over the HOA's 67-page rulebook. Surprise. Surprise, nothing gave Vanessa the right to snoop through anyone's mail. In fact, it guaranteed residents' privacy. A quick Google search confirmed what I suspected. Tampering with mail was a federal crime, with hefty fines and jail time. But Vanessa was slick, always striking when she thought I wasn't home. I needed proof. So, I bought a tiny weatherproof security camera disguised as a landscape light and set it up to catch anyone near my mailbox. I double-checked the HOA rules to make sure it was legit. 2 days later, I had her. The footage was crystal clear, Vanessa opening my mailbox, photographing envelopes, and slipping 2 into her purse. Her face was unmistakable, smirking like she owned the world. I had her dead to rights. I took the VY Deo to the police, expecting a quick theft case. But the officer's face turned grim when he saw it. "This isn't just local, sir. Mail tampering's a federal crime." The United States Postal Inspection, VYC, handled this. I was stunned at how fast things snowballed. A postal inspector called me within days, reviewed the footage, and asked for details about Vanessa's antics. They took statements about my missing packages and undelivered mail. The inspector was blunt. Mail theft could lead to identity theft, fraud, even up to 5 years in prison and $250,000 in fines per offense. We protect the mail system for a reason, he said. The investigation grew bigger than just me. Agents canvassed Willow Creek, and a chilling pattern emerged. Vanessa had been targeting multiple residents, especially newcomers or anyone who dared question her at HOA meetings. Neighbors started sharing stories, realizing they weren't alone. One found unopened bills in her trash. Another missed a court date because of stolen summons. The feds moved fast. Armed with statements and more security footage, they got a search warrant for Vanessa's house. I was working from home the day they showed up. The neighborhood went dead quiet as 3 unmarked SUVs and 2 cop cars rolled up to Vanessa's pristine colonial home, hedges trimmed to perfection. 6 agents in USP's windbreakers marched to her door, local police backing them up. From my window, I saw Vanessa's face shift from confusion to outrage to raw panic as they flashed the warrant. She tried to slam the door, but they weren't HOA-ing it. 2 hours later, they hauled out boxes of EVY Denke. What they found was jaw-dropping. Vanessa's home office was a stalker's paradise, been stuffed with hundreds of stolen letters, financial statements, even open packages with items missing. She'd built detailed files on dozens of residents' private letters, photos of their guests, notes on their routines. It wasn't HOA business. It was a full-blown criminal obsession. Vanessa was cuffed on the spot, charged with multiple counts of mail theft, obstruction of correspondence, and possession of stolen mail, all federal felonies. The neighborhood watched shell-shocked as their HOA tyrant was led to a cruiser, still shouting about protecting the community. The fallout was instant. The HOA board held an emergency meeting, booted Vanessa, and issued a groveling apology, promising a total overhaul. Vanessa's bail was set at $100,000, with over 30 charges that could land her 5 years per count, and fines topping $300,000, plus restitution. The kicker? When the feds returned my stolen mail, I found a jury duty summons Vanessa had swiped, causing me to miss a court date. And in a twist of cosmic justice, during her arraignment, the judge revealed Vanessa had skipped her own jury duty months earlier, tacking on a contempt of court charge. Her face drained of color, and for the first time, she had nothing to say. Willow Creek hasn't been the same since. The air feels lighter, like we've all been freed from a dictator's grip. But Vanessa's reign of terror left scars and questions. Was she just a control freak gone rogue? Or was there something darker driving her? Could others in the HOA have known? And what happens when someone with too much power thinks they're untouchable? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever dealt with a neighbor like Vanessa? Should HOAs have stricter oversight to prevent this kind of abuse? Drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe for more wild stories. Let's get this debate going.